Hi everybody, so I was kind of wondering what video to make, just, I always get new products in then or new things in and I'm like, oh, what we should do. So these are a bunch of things I just hauled. As you can see, there's plenty of things I want to take care of there. But one of them that really I bought and I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not the biggest on coloring and I'm not the best, I'm not the worst, but at the same time, it does take a lot of time. So if you like to sit there with your Spectrum Noir and your things and color, that's awesome. Most of the time I just need to get the video going and be done and move along, right? So I did pick up these Molly Harrison stamps through Crafter's Companion. HSN still carries them. They actually have a better price on HSN, but right now I think Crafter's Companion, well, whenever you see this, it might be over with them 2 for $24, and with my discount that came out better. But the ones I bought here, because I just ordered a couple other ones, I paid a little extra for them. They were like 11 bucks. But anyway, they're photopolymer stamps. So I remember seeing Craig do a certain method with these where you just kind of apply whatever color on there and you wet your paper. And I don't know if you use watercolor paper. That's the other bummer. I'm probably just going to use some thick white paper just because sometimes we don't have special things. But the next thing I do show you is going to be a little bit special. So either way, you have to use water reactive inks with this one. And then I'll be using also the black Finesse waterproof ink. On one of the styles or one of the things I want to try out. And the other thing I want to try out, and I don't know which one, should I try both of them? I was really going to just do both on this one so we can see kind of what happens. We'll see. The other one I was thinking is making like a cool background and then just gilding, just using this stuff, right? The Cosmic Shimmer Gilding Flakes. And I did a review on this a long time ago when I guess I didn't have that many subscribers or maybe people just weren't interested in it. But I recently picked up a big bottle of this glue from Crafter's Companion for like $6. Like the bottle is huge. Actually, it's on the floor over there. I can see it right now. And then this one, they sent me, I think it was in one of the mixed media packages. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I have plenty of the glue, which is really the part you might run out of before you run out of the flakes, So it's the Cosmic Shimmer Specialist Acrylic Glue, which is the same stuff. And then here we have flake and glitter glue. I think it's the same. I don't know. But the other one I do have is the flake and glitter glue. A large bottle of, and I have the small one that's also Specialist Acrylic Glue. So anyway, it says suitable for use in all craft projects. It is a high-strength acrylic glue, especially formed for craft projects. Dries completely clear. And this one says it's specially made for gilding flakes, foils, and glitter. So this one does say a little bit different because of the way it works. And so we'll see that in a minute. So what I want to do is let me get some white pieces of cardstock because we're going to use white cardstock for both of them anyway. I do have watercolor card right in front of me, but like I said, I just kind of want to go with the stamping cardstock. Oh, hey, where is it? This is some, I know that. How big am I gonna make this? How big are these stamps? Let me open this one up. So they have obviously different styles. This one's Poppies of Amethyst. And I might be able to get 2 cards on here. I mean, it's gonna feel very claustrophobic, right? If I put both of them, one then the other. Okay, well either way, I'm going to use white stamping cardstock, the Crafter's Companion heavy one. And let me get my inks together and a spray bottle and we'll get started. Okay, so I think I'm going to do the one where you do the inks first because I'm going to have to put glue on this stamp to make the other thing work, and I don't want to put glue all over it and then have to deal with the inks, and I might not wash it off as well as I need to. Sorry, I'm moving things around. I should have done this before. Okay. So I did open this up and I got out one of the water bottles. You just open it up, put some water in, obviously not too much. If you put too much when you go to close it, it comes out. So I just leave a little bit at the top and close that up. So you have this ready to go. I'll put my Cosmic Shimmer stuff to the side for right now. I am going to stamp on top of this with my VersaFine ink because it's already open. It's been open for like 10 years and it's great ink. It's still juicy and works. This is the one I just recently picked up, the Finesse waterproof dye ink in black. You can get it in different colors. And so I'm not going to open it, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. You can also use that. And what we're going to do is move... I guess I could work on that because it's just water, but I'm going to move that over for right now. Get that out of the way. Oh, you know what? Let's just leave it like that for now. All right. Get this out of the way. So this is a nice big stamp, and since I recently put a lot of things away, I know where my stamping platforms are. So let me grab this thing. Again, photopolymer. It's very sticky, which is nice. There's lots of other cute little things on this same stamp set too, which is adorable. Let me grab one of my stamping platforms. Maybe this one. Oh, there's something in this one already from the last time I used it. It looks like their white ink. Anyway, this doesn't matter because I'm not gonna... Actually, if you really want to eyeball this and make sure you stamp in the same place, because we are going to come back and stamp it again so that we have the... oh, what is going on here? See that? Oh, that drives me nuts. And you can see in real time how those lines show up or don't from the tripod right here. Oh well, they leave on the worst possible way. Yeah, no, that's bad. Okay, there. So I'm just gonna stamp this real quickly, but what we're gonna do is first color. So we're using our water reactive inks. Now this is kind of a bummer because I don't have anything else going on in the background, so we'll probably have to come in later and just kind of go over that because it's gonna be very ethereal look, but then we have stark white edges. So let me put down my paper, and I'm probably gonna tape the corner just a little bit because I don't want it to move too much. I do have my heat gun ready because we are going to dry this. So, I have grasshopper, I have fuchsia, all water reactive dye inks, I have crushed velvet, I have some brown, and you're gonna think why, I don't know, but I'll show you right now. We have a little honey pot, and we have ocean blue. Now, seal brown might be a little bit too dark for this project. I probably should go with a lighter color. But whenever I had seen Craig do this, he just stamped, you know, just use color wherever, it doesn't matter, like in a couple different layers. But I kind of want to make it so that it looks like we kind of colored it. So like this seal brown, I really grab it so I can kind of dab it on her hair, just in that area. Okay, and I'm going to be very careful with it because, again, we are going to wet this and it's going to make more, it's going to bleed. So like this green, I want to go in, and if you look at the main image, you'll be able to see kind of where, well, not in this one, here. Oh gosh, I hope I don't get this all over my hands. You can, if you put it, you can kind of see where like, okay, there's stems, there's this, there's other stuff going on. So what I'm going to do is put some greenery like down near these stems, down here. It's kind of touching her dress, I don't really care. Again, if you have lighter colors, you want to layer those on first before you get into the other one. So that was green. I was going to use a little bit of the honey pot around her face and eyes and going up. So we'll see what happens there. And then the blue, it's a little bit lighter. I was going to do pretty much her whole dress in this blue. Try to get her dress in there. And maybe like the butterfly up here in this corner. So I'm kind of using this to color, but that's not really the point. You're supposed to just put color down. I have some purple, maybe for some of these flowers, for her wings. And that's also touching the flowers there. And then I still have some of the fuchsia that I like, so I'll just come in with some fuchsia here and there, because why wouldn't you want to include fuchsia here and there? Okay, so this is where it starts getting messy. So let me put these things to the side. I'm like standing up because I'm like nervous about this. Okay, so I'm gonna squirt my paper with a little water just to get the water moving, I guess, which I'm always nervous to do, but there it is. It's kind of a lot. And then I'm gonna squirt this little guy, not too much. I don't know if you can see the colors kind of came alive a little bit. And we're gonna go ahead and turn that over and stamp it. I hope I got everything. Ooh, and see, it's kind of like freaking out, and that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is just take my heat gun. I'm not trying to move the color, I'm just trying to dry this. I really like this. Actually, that last flower didn't move around too much, so if you really want to, you can just spray a little more water. See how that kind of activated it? It was kind of dry looking compared to everything else. I'm gonna go grab a paper towel real quick just to clean my surface, and then we're going to stamp over this with black ink. So I went ahead and, oh, Wash this off too. Got a little stain from the pink, the fuchsia. Might have been the purple. It looks like it was more the purple that did that. And I just dried around everything. And see how this kind of curled up? Now you can keep drying it so it lays back down, because it'll do that once you're drying. You know, I hit it a little bit harder. Sorry guys, I should have done this off camera. You can hit it from the back side and it'll start drying, kind of flattening out, right? But anyway, what I really wanted to do is just kind of stick it down. So what I'm gonna do is put tape, because I'm too impatient for right now, so we can just stamp it and move on to the next way of doing this. But how pretty is that? I mean, that looks pretty cool, right? So I'm gonna put, like I said, just some tape, and then we're gonna have to like come in and do something, like I said, about the edges. Maybe just ink it up, or I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I'm just flattening that out so that when I come in now with my pad here and my VersaFine, which VersaFine you can flip it all the way around, and then look at, oh my gosh. This stamp is really pretty. I was looking at a lot of Molly Harrison's artwork. It's really, really nice. Cool stuff. Look at how pretty that is. I don't know if you can see there. So what we're going to do now is kind of line it up. And I'm kind of looking at where her dress is. And trying to, as I get closer with the platform, just making sure, kind of trying to get it in the same spots, you know. It looks like it should go a little bit more up right here. A bit this way. It's hard to tell because of the way the ink spread out. But I think that's okay. Alright. Oh, of course my phone is ringing. Well, I never have my phone on loud. It's always on to vibrate. But anyway, I'm just kind of eyeballing this so I have it in the general vicinity of everything. But let's really, really push down, especially since I don't have like a stamping helper underneath here. Oh my goodness. She's so pretty. Look at that, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me take it off of here. That's a very pretty technique. Very nice. Look at that. So it looks very ethereal. It looks almost like I thought about it, right? With the brown hair. And I mean, as far as the skin tone, I guess we could probably use like a lighter brown or maybe a peachy pink color, whatever you want. But I just went with the yellow because it kind of complemented other things on here. But this is really cool. And I guess if you really want to, you can even color in a little bit more. But the point was to do it quickly. So I think that was pretty quick for something that looks like it's been colored, right? So that's great. Now let me try, what's the next thing we're going to do? Okay. So on the next one, what I want to do is start with the background, right? I think we're going to make a whole background on this one. So let me get the quick dry inks. I'm not good at mixing the water reactive inks, and supposedly those are the ones that are like the best. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and cut my paper down. Actually, no, I'm not. I'll just leave it like this and we'll just start working with it. So let me grab, like I said, probably the quick dries, and then we're going to go with the basic colors we always use, the pink and the blue and the purple, and we'll do some kind of background and go from there. Okay, to be honest, for this one, I haven't planned anything out. I really don't know what. So let's start with pink, and I'm just going to put it here and there everywhere, I guess. I don't know. And so these, again, are the quick dry. And I just like to use these for blending better than some of the other colors, or types. Look at that. I mean, it just does a better job. I'm just dabbing colors in wherever. I'm not really trying to be careful with this. And it's supposed to be quick dry. That's what makes me like, how is this so easy to use? And you don't have to dab into this. You could dab it onto your surface and then pick it up from there. I just go right in. I'm gonna get some blue. This is Midnight. This one's a little bit drier, as you can hear. And you should probably start off, because I am making some circles that are a little bit too circle, but that's okay. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, you know what? Good thing I have a little paper towel. That's one little tip I've seen, like Jan on Crafting Companion use. She's like, oh no, because if you get on your hand, you end up putting color maybe where you don't want it. And then I have Crushed Velvet, which is a very, very deep purple. Ooh, here we go. So dipping into Crushed Velvet, I'm gonna, obviously you can still see a lot of the circles, and maybe if I really wanted to work on this a little more, it would be harder to see, but that's okay. As I say, I might want to cut this down, but at the end what I'll do is just pick one of the colors to kind of go around the whole thing. So whenever I cut this down smaller, it won't be the big deal. Now, the reason I use quick dry, another reason, is because when we come in with our gilding wax, I don't, or gilding, not gilding wax, but those little gilding pieces, I don't think it's going to stick to anything. But if it does, if this was wet, maybe it would stick to it, but I don't think that's how it works. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Do a little more here. Alright, so that's kind of a quick background now. So it is supposed to be quick dry, like I said, and we'll see. Dried pretty quick. So let me clean this up. And so now what we're going to do, and I guess I'm just going to go right on here. Hopefully you guys can see everything I'm going to do right now because I'm going to put glue on my surface so I can use it. Let me put these guys away. I already lost the lid for this. No, I did not. I just misplaced it. Oh, I finally found my gilding waxes. They were literally, when I told you guys, they're right next to me. I know they are. I found them. They were like on the second level of a little place that I had them like being held. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so silly. Really, literally right next to me. Okay, so this still has ink on it from before, so I'm gonna go wash this off. Now, this ink is waterproof ink, right? So you can use a I'm still going to use water to try to wash it off because it's sticky. It's not dried on here yet. But you can use a solvent cleaner, all those different, like, what's it called? Cleaners for your stamps. I usually have some sitting here. Of course, I don't know where it is, but I will be right back. And then we were going to ink it up with glue and then use the little gilding flakes. Okay, for right now, I'm going to put this to the side just so we can get this going. I'm going to lay this down here. I am using just like a little cheap brush from Michaels. I don't remember if the kit, the gilding wax kit, came with one of these or how they wanted you to get the glue onto that thing, but this is what I'm using. And it's going to take a lot of glue because this is a very sizable stamp. So what I'm going to do is just open the whole thing up. Sorry, apparently everyone's getting sick. Now my older son just came downstairs talking about he doesn't feel good. He didn't look that great, but... Alright. So like I said, it's going to take... Like, that looks like a lot, right? But, you know, I have another bottle. No big deal, but it is kind of a lot. And so what you're supposed to do is take it... And I don't want to do it too thick because I remember from the last time when I reviewed it, when I was dabbing it, some spots got like clumps, and I don't want clumps. I want still the fine lines. And that's another thing that's dangerous about this one is that the gilding wax people themselves tell you that if you have a stamp with really fine lines, it may not work as well as you would like for it to work, right? So I'm trying to make sure I have, and I'm starting to brush it, which I don't see why not, but at the same time, it's because you want it to have enough to stick, right? So I'm pouncing, and I think I kind of started off with a brush of it. That way I know each area at least gets some. What is this? Okay. Something, I guess from the last time I used it. That's what I'll probably do. I'll probably brush it on like this, like I'm doing, and then come back through and dab, 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 just to make sure I didn't put too much, picking up the excess. And also making sure each little area got some of the glue, right? This is very nerve-wracking. Like I said, I'm not sure. And then whatever's extra there, you can pick up and put it back into your bottle. I'll show you in just a minute. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of wipe that with my brush. So now it's sitting on my brush. I can get that back in the bottle in just a minute. Bring our paper back. And I'm going to stamp it very nervously. And you want to hold it down for 3 seconds is what she said. So I'm going to 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. I just want to make sure I'm pressing down everywhere. She says 3 seconds. That's the magic rule. Ooh, I can see her. That's a good sign. I don't know if you can see this. You can see her little image there. That is a very good sign. Okay. And then you want the glue to be kind of a light blue color. So I'm going to wait. I can see where it's a little bit heavy in some spots and not heavy enough in others, but that's okay. Wow. Okay. So let's get this while we're waiting for that to become translucent. You want it to be clear. It has like a little blue tone, which you don't really see right now because the paper has all the color, and I'm just getting this back in here. So we didn't waste too much. And if you squeeze it, you can probably get more in there, but I'm not going to get too crazy about it. So let's put that away. And I can still see a little bit of blue. Now I would take this over and wash it right now with some soap and water, okay? Just so it doesn't dry up on there. But the magic of TV here, we have to keep moving. I can see that there's a little bit too much blue right here. So if anything looks clumpy, it's going to clump there, the gold. So I'm just trying to pick off a little bit of that if I see it. It looks a little bit wet still. So that's the thing with this stuff, it stays a little bit sticky. So when you put the gilding flakes on it, it sticks, and then it seals it basically because it won't be sticky anymore, right? Because now the flakes are on there. But until then, it will stay sticky enough. Remember the rubber cafe used to have a glue like this, and I liked it because you can make your own like glue dots. Because all you have to do is if you have like an old sticker sheet carrier, you just put dots, and then it became a glue dot because it didn't dry out ever until if you put it in between two pieces of paper, it'll hold the paper, but you can still like unstick it just like glue dots. So it was kind of cool. I'm trying to see if this looks like it's about ready. Okay, we're just gonna start because that's taking a while. So we're gonna grab this stuff, and I'm gonna put kind of a lot because this is a big image. And last time I closed like all the windows because this stuff, I don't know if you can see, is very flaky. So that should be okay, enough amount. And this one is the color Sunlight Speckle. I think last time I used the Autumn something or other. And where's that little gray thing I had with me? Oh goodness. You're supposed to use this little sponge to help you apply it. Good thing it came with several. Okay, here it is. So, what you're going to do first with that little sponge applicator is kind of make sure that there's gilding flakes everywhere that your design. I'm kind of smashing it down, but not quite. I'm just getting them everywhere it needs to be, right? I know there's a little butterfly up here somewhere. So you're kind of just putting them so that way you're not rubbing into your glue. That seems to be pretty good. I don't know. I don't know how big this stamp is. I don't quite remember. Okay. So that helps you get the glue set, you know what I'm saying, sticking without you coming in and just messing up your glue. Okay, so then we start. Oh my gosh. Look at that butterfly. Oh man, this is crazy. Do you guys see that? I love it. Let me get a little bit closer because her little hair was very fine, so it was kind of hard to get that detail, but oh my gosh. I told you, I'm like, I need to use this stuff more often, and I haven't, and I still haven't, but I need to. Ooh, it got on my surface, and now it's kind of... So what you're supposed to do after you do all this, you can do some little fine detail work. You can come back in and kind of make sure, like her hair, I think if I really came in, I could probably get a little more of it done. Okay. Oh, remember that was glue right here? Gosh darn it. It totally stuck. Okay. What I'm going to do is pour this back into the bottle before we move on. Try to get everything off of this. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so pretty. But yeah, definitely if you have glue on your surface, you should remove it. Obviously it's going to wash off with water, but I wish I had taken it off already. Now again, have to be very fine here. So what she did was she would pour it back into like a leftover food container or like a Glad container, something like that, because that way you're done, you know. So I'm trying to get it back into this little container. That's so pretty. Even the little gold flakes are just kind of hanging around, but they come off. Yeah, so nothing stuck, even though it was it was quick dry ink, which is quick drying. So that's good. Let me close this up before I make a bigger mess than I am right now. And what I'll do is clean up all this area, so when we come back, we will marvel at our work. Okay, that came off, took a little elbow grease. Oh, I thought I dried this. It's still a little bit wet. Let me see here. I just used the baby wipe and just really scrub. Okay, this is gorgeous. I love this so much. And I'm gonna back up a little bit. Look at that. So as like I said, her hair is very fine, so when I did the glue there, it probably clumped a little more than I would like, but if you really look at it, to be honest, if I really rubbed with that little gray thing, I probably could get more of it off, but I don't want to. I don't want to end up peeling away some of the glue, right, that's holding on. But look at that. And then if you wanted to come in here and still paint, you know, or take some water away, actually this isn't water reactive, so you can't do that, but there's lots of different things you can do, right? I don't know, this paper is, I just cut the standard paper from the UK in half, so it's probably an A5. yeah, it's definitely, yep, it's basically an A5 paper already as it is. So if you want to make an A5 card, I would just cut it down a little bit more. The image probably works for a 5x7 card very easily. And then on the edges, I'm just going to do it here because I'm not going to cut this one down anymore. Where did I put my little, here, I put them back. Let's use blue. I would dip back into the blue. I do like the pink, but I think if I come back in with pink, you probably won't notice it as well. So I would dip into the blue and just come around the edges again, you know, just a little bit, just to kind of finish off the card. And then we'll finish off the other card here. We have to do something definitely for that one because it's just on that stark white. Okay. And I would definitely just put that onto a card. Look how pretty that is. Okay, so that's the gilding flakes. And then with this guy, let's take all this tape off. What I'm gonna do is cut this one down because it's just a random size. I don't even know. I just had a scrap piece of paper. I told my son I was gonna make a video and I can hear him clearly. So that means he didn't close his door. All right. So let's see how big this is right now. I'm just going to cut off some random amount of it on the side here. Hopefully that's not, that makes it 6 inches. So if I cut this much off, what's 5x7, huh? Let's see. I don't know. I'll try to make it a 5x7. So let's say we're here. Let's see what it looks like. And that means it's going to be a whole 5, right? So if you want to mat it, you probably want it at 4 3/4. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, and of course this thing doesn't go out to 7 inches, so I have no idea what 7 would look like. That's like 6 3/4. I'm just going to cut it closer to the image and see what happens. Right? Because I really don't know. 6 1/2, 6 3/4. That's probably 7 like that if I eyeballed it. So let's just eyeball it supposedly at 7. We will see. Okay, so I have the same colors, and I probably used a lot of these same colors anyway in her dress and all that. So let's go around. Ooh, let's do a fuchsia. I know I said this was gonna be quick. It was quick. I'm just deciding on the spot what I want to do here. Oh goodness, that's a little bit deep. It's a little much. It's a little much. But that's okay. I'm gonna have to kind of blend that out a little softer. It's a little bit deeper than I would like to have done this. It's a bummer because like I said, this stuff is very pigmented. Let me try and kind of soften it out as I get a little bit closer over here. We'll definitely have to bring it in though to make it look more natural, right? Oh. I'm doing very lightly now, just kind of trying to buff it out to nothing. Not too bad. Not too bad, not too great. Aww. So now that I did that and I'm like, ooh, that's very bright, I'm gonna go in with some blue because I'm a crazy person. So I'm gonna do this very lightly though, around the very edges after that. Oh, I like that. So yeah, I mean, just other ways that you can color, at least bring in the color and make people think, wow, look at that. And it was pretty easy, I think. Let me know what you guys think. Do you enjoy coloring in images like this? I went ahead and bought several more of the images, like I said, because they're really pretty and I really want to have them. And I really want to be the kind of card person that does things like this, you know, because it's so pretty. You know, my friend Carol here and Suzanne, they send me cards and they're so pretty and they do so, like, the work they do is amazing. And I'm just like kind of out here doing God knows what, you know, so I want to try doing something different. But look how pretty. I think that came out pretty good. I might do a little more pink, try to bring it in a little bit more, but I don't want to mess with the colors. But that's pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully that gave you some inspiration to try out some of these. Do with any stamp you have that has to be colored in, you know, or obviously it's having an ethereal feel to them already, so that's why it kind of lends to it. But, you know, then you can have your sentiment on the inside of the card, just add something on top here, whatever you want. But this is just a couple techniques I just wanted to show you guys, talk about, and see what you guys think. And I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.